Hello internet friends, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I am going to be doing this makeup look. I just did the eyes and like the highlighting and the lips, so it's not like a full face tutorial because I've done a few of those already and my foundation routine is always the same. But I am doing a look with the Carli Bybel BH Cosmetics palette. I got this recently for Christmas and I've been using it a little bit, so I wanted to do a tutorial specifically on this and a review. So you stop looking at me. So if you want to see how I do this makeup look and my thoughts on the palette, then go ahead and keep watching. So I'm going to be using the Carli Bybel palette. I'm going to talk about how I feel about it, the eyeshadows and the highlight colors. So this is what it looks like. You've probably seen it a gazillion times. So it has a bunch of eyeshadows on the top and then some highlighters and more like bronzers and more highlighters over here. So I'll talk to you guys about how I feel about it, how I like it. I've used it a few times and I've just used some of the neutral colors, so I may be using some of the more shimmery ones. So to start off, I am going to be taking this really light like transition shade right here in the middle. So I'm going to take that on a big large powder brush and I'm going to start into like above my crease with that. These shadows are really nice and they're really easy to blend. They are really powdery and I have been getting fallout even after I like tab off, which I do every time that I put some more color on the brush, and I still get fallout, so that's kind of annoying. It's not that big of a deal. Usually I do my eyeshadow after I have all my foundation on, like my whole face, and I can just go in with like my big powder brush and just like blow it right off. So it's not that big of a deal. It is a little bit annoying, especially with the shimmery shades, because those kind of stick a little bit more than the matte shades. But overall, it's nice and the colors blend really nicely. You can see without really trying that hard, I'm just going back and forth, it blends really nice. But there is a lot of like powderiness with like on the palette itself. So I'm going to apply that right above my crease, kind of blend it up towards my brow. And I like to use, most of the time, it's like one brush. So with that same brush, I'm going to go into this really light like cream color. This will just like brighten it up a little bit and help blend that transition shade. So pretty. I like this color a lot. Like, this is the kind of color that I wish the Jaclyn Hill palette would have, because it doesn't have a nice cream matte shade to highlight with. And so I have to like try to find another color in another palette that I could use for that. And in this palette, it's already in there. So then with the same brush, I'm going to go in with this light brown, like light medium brown right here. Just going to take a little bit of that right on the tip, and I'm going to start working that into my actual crease, so just a little bit lower. Yeah, these are really nice. It took me forever to get this palette. I don't know, I just like, I'm always skeptical about like beauty influencers collaborations and stuff, but after I tried the Jaclyn Hill palette, which I was like pleasantly surprised with, I decided I want to give this a try. And during the holidays, it was on sale, so I got it for myself for Christmas. So I'm just putting that color like in my crease a whole way in, kind of like windshield wiper motions back and forth. And I didn't prime my lids. I do have like my concealer and powder. Like, I powdered my eyelids, so that's basically the same thing as a primer. So I didn't use like a regular eye primer for that. And it's really not necessary if you put concealer and foundation and powder on your eyes. Like, they're already ready to go. So I'm just going to apply this into the crease and then we'll move on to the next color. So now I'm going to go in with a little tiny pointed brush in that same medium brown. And I'm going to put that under my eye. I'm gonna take my powder brush and just like get rid of the fallout. So for the lids, I'm gonna take this little shimmery color right here. It's like a really, a little bit, almost like the same color as this one, maybe just a little darker. Oops, sorry, there we go. So it looks like this rose gold highlight, but it's a little tiny bit darker. So I'm just gonna take that on my finger, just roll it over on, and then I have some there, and I'm just gonna put that on my lid. Kind of keep it low. I haven't used this one yet. I was just using the matte shades a lot. Really like the matte shades, and the shimmer shades are really pretty too. You can see it like brighten everything up. I really like it. This palette is really nice. So to darken up my crease a little bit, I'm just going to take a smaller blending brush and I'm going to go in to this brown right here. It's like the darkest one in the palette and it's matte. So I'm going to take that and like really lightly start tapping that in to the very outer edge of my eye. I'm going to take that same color on my little tiny brush and do a tiny bit on the very outer edge. So the last step, I'm going to take this white highlight on my finger and I'm just going to do that into the inner corner. It's like blinding. Look at that. It makes such a big difference. I love doing the inner corner highlight. It looks so pretty. So now I'm gonna finish off like my face makeup, which I only need highlight and my lips. So for highlight, I like to use this brush right here. This is from Crown Brush. It's the number C403, the small chisel blush brush. And I have been obsessed with this rose gold. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that and like tap off, and then I'm gonna pop that on the top of my cheeks. It is so pretty. I love this color. I always like to go in and blend it out a little bit. It's not too crazy. Just with my powder brush. And then for the lips, I'm just going to do a really pretty light pink. I'm going to line them with this little liner from Sephora. This is in the color, let's see, Nude Beige from the Sephora collection. So I'm going to line our lips with that. This is really pretty. Like wearing my lips, but better color. So I'm going to take what's left of this little lip crayon from NARS. I think this was a sample and I only have like the tiniest little bit left because I loved it so much. I use it so much. So I'm going to put that on. So I just curled up my lashes really quick because I forgot to do that. I'm gonna put some brow gel on. This is just from NYX. I love this. I've had it for a long time and it's still going strong. I think I got it at like CVS one time. And then I'm gonna do my eyeliner real quick. I've been using the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner. It's my favorite. It's so good. So I'm gonna do that. For mascara, I'm just gonna take my Maybelline Lash Stiletto, do a couple of coats of that. I'm gonna add a little bit of Modesty from MAC. There we go. There we go. So that's it for this makeup look. Really pretty. I love the eyeshadows. So let's talk a little bit about the palette. So this palette, I got it for I think $21. I'm not sure. It was on sale, so I think it was $21. And I think it's really pretty. It really reminds me of the Jaclyn Hill palette because I had this one first. It's like, it feels the same. Weight wise and like material wise, it's like cardboard. And then the colors are super pretty. I love all of them. I haven't used a couple, like this gold one and these shimmery shades. I'm really a fan of matte shades, so I've used those a lot more. But trying them out, I've had this for a few weeks now and I've tried a bunch of the colors and I really love the eyeshadow colors. They are a little bit like dusty, like you get a lot of fallout with them, but I don't mind it as much because there's not as much pigment in them, so you don't get like staining or like it doesn't get all over your face, which is good. So these colors blend really well together and I like it. I really enjoyed this palette. The highlight shades, again, I've used this gold one. This rose gold is absolutely my favorite. I love these two to highlight my inner corner. I've even mixed those together to highlight. I haven't used these bronzer shades yet. I'm gonna wait until the summertime when I'm a little bit more tan because right now I'm just like super pale. So overall, I give this palette a 4 out of 5. I really like it. The only reason I give it a 4 instead of a 5 is because of the amount of powderiness and fallout that you get with it. But you know, it's not that big of a deal to me. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm never gonna use this palette again. I'm still gonna use it. It's great. I love it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys enjoyed this little demo and review, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe because I post videos every week. So thank you guys for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye.